welcome back to another Music Maker guitar video. Please do like and comment and subscribe, ring the bell, and let me know what you want to see next. Today is Funk Friday. I thought I would show you guys my funky morning warm-up guitar. I warm up basically every morning on this guitar recently. Usually some kind of an acoustic, but I really love the sound of like a Resonator guitar. They just sound really cool. They sound funky. I mean, like the Resonator is kind of like the earliest form, or one of the earliest forms of guitar amplification that we know of. So I think it's just a really cool, like ringing cool sound. It's just like really, I think it's funky. I think it's a funky tone. So I love this guitar. I remember getting this guitar. Another maybe quick like gear lesson, but I got this guitar, walked into Sam Ash Music Store in New York City and saw this guitar sitting like right up front. It said I think like $80 on the price tag, and it just, I mean, look at this thing. This just shines like all bright. It just was really pretty looking. So I picked it up and I liked the way that it sounded. It didn't really hold tuning very well, so I did some things. I did take it to a luthier, and he's hooked it up over the years. But it just sounded cool, so I got it. It was one of those kind of things. And it's been used and abused. I ripped the electronics out because I was recording one day. I couldn't find a good place to mic the thing, and the electronics kind of actually were really bad. They didn't sound good plugged into anything. I couldn't find a single thing that sounded good plugging it in. So I said, what if I just took that box out and put the mic right there? And that worked pretty good. So I went with that. And anyways, yeah, this is my little Carlo Robelli $80 guitar. I did have like a nice bone bridge kind of put in there. So that's really like the one piece I would say that maybe sets this above the 80 bar line. But other than that, man, this stock instrument right there. So anyways, I thought today we would do like a cool lesson. It's Funk Friday, so maybe like a cool funk lesson. And this is a really easy thing that you can do. I like to do this with just like one chord, because if you can try and make one chord really interesting for a long time, there's something that's kind of magical to that. And I think it takes like adding as much variation as you can. I think it takes adding as much taste as you can. And I think it involves really, like, more than anything else, the ability to keep it simple without feeling like you have to do something else, which as a guitar player, that can be a tough thing, because like we study scales, we study chord shapes, we want to do all this complex stuff and always be better. But sometimes less is more, and that's kind of the key. So here's how I do this. Here's how I practice it. I use a metronome. My metronome is at 48 beats per minute right now. I use this one. Korg TM-60. It's an old thing, But I found that the tempos on that and like versus like a phone metronome are maybe like a little bit different. So I trust the metronome more than I trust like an app. So 48 on the Korg, right? And then here's all I'm doing. I'm doing A minor pentatonic scale. But my count is the most important part. So when you're listening to the click, this isn't like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not that way. I start off when I first hear the click, and I just, actually, this is the trick if you want to really get it. Start by counting only 2s and 4s. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. What that's going to end up doing is you start to fill in the gaps of where 1 and where 3 are supposed to go. So I'm going to start maybe just tapping my foot on that. So like 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Cornell Dupree. Added a second chord in there, but I hope that was a helpful funk lesson for you today for this funky Friday. I kind of already played myself out, but I'm having fun with this metronome groove, so I'm going to go ahead and play myself the rest of the way out. But please do like, subscribe, leave me a comment, ring the bell, visit me on my website if you want to do a more in-depth lesson sometime.